anointed, appointed, or chosen for this here.
Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Let's get it.
Yo, this is about to really hurt some people's feelings. So if you a little sensitive, you might as well turn this joint off right now. Okay? How you afraid to drop a dime when you already dropped a dime? Got a wife at home, but you steady on my line. Talking about shorty, you remember when I grind slow? Did I really blow your mind though? Nah, you got me confused with your other booze. I've been peep game, so I never gave a cookie up. And that's why I got your wife on the line, man.
Ooh, country. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get my notebook for my notes.
Oh, Jesus. Hello, all. Thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of TK's Chronicles of a Black Sheep. I am your host, TK, the beautiful Black Sheep. I have my co-host with me today. Don't start. DW. Here to get on my nerves, and as usual,
Facts.
Yes, you do it very well. Sometimes I think you're getting paid.
I appreciate that. That's what I'm here to do. Keep everything honest. Keep it 100. I'm asking the questions that nobody want to ask. Say everything that everybody thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I already see somebody on one already today.
I ain't on one. I might be on a couple, but I ain't on one. Oh shit, I'm good. What the hell was that? Man. Hey, you about to be on this bitch by yourself.
Right.
Girl, I don't know what flew past my window. It was some kind of creature with wings on. Well, sorry, I was about to be, hey.
7th floor?
Yes, exactly. And something that big to make the damn sun go out on the 7th floor. Like pterodactyl type shit.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay.
You about to be on here by yourself. You'd have seen this chair spinning.
How you what? Three something?
Hey, again, I'm on the 7th floor.
Okay,
I ain't got no wings.
How you gonna bodyguard and you scared?
I ain't got no wings.
To sure say it's blood wings.
You said what?
To sure say it's blood wings.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Well, oh my. Well, okay. Well, at least we know you scared. I'm about to get some.
Yep.
All right. Gonna get this party started. Because obviously, whatever you got over there, keep it over there. I don't want it.
For shit, hell no, I don't want it myself.
Yeah, keep that. Okay, well. So, hope y'all have had a good week this week. Goodness, it's been interesting. It's been interesting. That's what I'm gonna say. Definitely kind of been a headache and a week of adjustments, but we're gonna work it out, push forward. We're gonna push forward and make it do what it do. Because one of the funny things is when you think things are gonna go as planned, and they don't.
Never.
Yeah. So.
I shouldn't say never. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
Just gotta be Gumby. Be like Gumby. Be flexible.
Don't hurt yourself.
I know, cause my soda popped, so that's why I stopped. I was like, damn. I need to get. Hey, I'm like the Tin Man. I gotta put oil on my joints.
Yeah, you need that whole can and one joint.
All right now. All right,
You
now.
started
Get a
it.
little-
I'm
All right,
just,
now.
you started it. I'm just trying to help you out. Just, you know what I'm saying?
All
That's
right.
all.
See, now you're taking it a little too far.
But you opened the door. I just
Oh,
walked through it.
yeah.
All right. So we do apologize. I know tonight's episode was supposed to be on real estate. Our guest had to cancel with us. So
Yeah.
you know what they say, two heads is better than one. So
Unless they're
that ain't
attached.
what you say?
I said unless they're attached.
You got a point there.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be a Siamese twin, but yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So
But before we go on, hey, we send out our condolences to Mark Anthony Ball. He lost a matriarch in his family. We here for you, brother.
most definitely. Death is one of those things that it definitely seemed like it increased. I'm gonna say in the last 6 weeks, month, even in my family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know I've had a few deaths back to back.
Facts.
It's crazy. We lost our matriarch too. That was the first one that kicked it off. So I know how that that can definitely be when the elders start
Mhm.
leaving us. So definitely that is one of those things that is hard, and depending on your relationship with the person, how close you are, it affects you sometimes harder than others. So definitely send and extend our condolences to him during this time, which kind of also kicks off a little bit of the change because we did do a topic change
Yep.
tonight. Um, craziest thing. To sure, I'm trying to think. I think actually, to sure, I think it was on something that I commented on your podcast. So we kind of flipped it a little bit. It was similar to something you posted. I think that was you earlier. So tonight's topic is going to be The Walking Dead. Now, I watched the show. I caught on to it, and when it came on, it was already out. But I started watching Walking Dead when I was pregnant with my son in 2010 because I had really, really bad insomnia. So Alex the Man actually got me hooked to this show. And I was like, man, I don't want to watch that. That don't sound good. Well, I sat up one night and like binge watched and caught up to all the episodes. And I've been hooked. So that is like my show that I still watch. So when me and DW got together and was trying to think of an alternative, we was going to do zombie apocalypse off of something that we watched, off of something that was posted on another podcast. It was like, good. And I was telling him about it. He was game with it. Well, doing research, checking stuff, and I was like, I got it. We're gonna flip it. So we're gonna do The Walking Dead.
Yeah. So
Zombies. So
yeah. So we just gonna get into it. We just gonna go right into it. So when we say The Walking Dead, we're talking about people that are alive. However, they are dead when it comes to connections, showing empathy, showing sympathy. And one of the examples that we were talking about offline to spark this was the incident that happened in I believe it was Delaware, where the young lady was on a train getting harassed, which eventually led up to her getting raped on the train. And from the story, it was like they said it happened. It was like a 30 to 45 minute span, and
yeah,
all people did was watch and take
and
pictures
this.
and video. And we all know, like now in this culture, it has become so prevalent that folks don't show, or folks that see somebody in agony or whatever, and instead of reaching out that helping hand, they take out their phone and start recording. And you always hear that's the everything world star and all this other stuff. And it's gotten really bad to the point where you start to question humanity. And this was a conversation that we had uh at the end of the show last week about it, and I still say it, and I believe wholeheartedly when we were talking about the Squid Game. And it was like, I want to say it was Nika Pinks said that she don't think that society is ready for something like that. I said they are, and I said I wouldn't be surprised in the next 10 years you see a game like that, because people are walking around with no emotions, no empathy, no sympathy, and it's sad. It's very sad.
And I highly agree. As I watched the snippet, and I'm not gonna lie, I could not watch the whole thing, and that's not nothing I want to see. Even when they have those moments in movies, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be feeling like a kid. Like that's not an area what I want to see. And too many people, that's a trigger because some people have been victims of rape. Um, but the thing is there was so much time that went on during this time. She was harassed. People said she was harassed for like 30 something minutes. They stood around and watched. Nobody offered to say, hey, dude, man, leave the young lady alone. Leave the woman alone. Nobody tried to do that whatsoever. Then it led off, I guess he felt comfortable to the point where he was like, well, shoot, ain't nobody helping her now, so what if I rape her? And she still got no help. Nobody came, everybody just pulled out their phones and recorded. So it's on TikTok. I heard it's supposed to be on Instagram, but it's on a few social media platforms. The guy that posted the version I seen posted it on Facebook. Now, how that made it to Facebook, I won't even go there, but it was on Facebook. So, like, where is the sense of help? Like when you see somebody, like the bat signal is going up, you see a person that's in distress in a situation, and you either choose not to look or you choose to record. Like, what if that was your mother or your sister in that situation? Like, how would you feel? This went on for almost an hour of this woman being tormented, and there was no assistance. So finally, after somebody, the one of the workers on the train walked by and saw that she wasn't in a good disposition, then they reached out and called somebody, because they do have police on the train. Now, where was the popos during this 45-minute issue? Where the hell was they at? Sitting there eating coffee and donuts? Because 45 minutes. If you're policing the train, where were you for 45 minutes? Somebody should have passed through passed through there and seen something, or had just dropped the bug in the air. Hey, a little girl over there need help. She didn't get any of that. Now, unfortunately, her situation is all over social media for it to be constantly replayed, and it's gonna torment her in some kind of way. She would just have to completely remove herself from social media. But where's the help?
And I don't like it's like it's kind of, it makes you kind of lose hope in and humanity, and
Mm.
because like just simple stuff like speaking of folks. Like I did a
Ooh, that part.
yeah,
That
I did it on purpose actually. I sat at work at the front desk, and like we have what we call staff duty or CQ, where it's like a 24-hour duty, and you sit there at the front desk and man the front desk, answer phones, blah 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 blah. So I did it just out of curiosity. So every person I made it my rule that every person that walked through that door, I said good morning, and it was all like, hey, good morning, hey, good morning, hey, good morning. And what I found was maybe a fourth of the people that came through that door actually looked up and responded. And I was like, that's very, very interesting. Like I understand you coming to work, I got it. However, um, if somebody's greeting you, and it's not like I'm saying, hey, good morning, hey, good morning. It's like I'm upbeat because shit, I was trying to stay awake. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I was upbeat, being silly and stuff like that, and you still don't respond. What does that say about us as a society? Like,
Because it's hard
just
to
simple
get a
maybe
good
good
morning.
morning.
It's hard to get a hello, like even
Yeah,
with a
just,
mask on. And I guess I myself I'm programmed because even if I'm passing somebody, I'll say hello. I may smile. Of course, you can't see me smile through the damn mask, but that's just me. I'm a person to speak, and I know that feeling as well as you walk into work and you say good morning. And I'd be like, all right,
what?
bitch, I ain't saying good morning no more.
Or you get the grumbles like her. I was like,
Good morning, bitch.
I was like,
And I'm like,
oh,
okay, like, didn't God wake you up this morning and start you on your way?
oh, you sound like an old Negro spiritual right now.
I'm just trying to say, you was blessed enough to have breath. What does it hurt to say good morning, or say hello, or say hi? Hold the door open for somebody. Like, do you realize? Like, I've worked in I worked in a facility when I worked for a Fortune 500 company, and we had this door that would separate our department because we had things that would be considered a HIPAA violation if other people that wasn't supposed to be in there was in that area. So we had a door, so you had to go in and out the door. So if you coming in, you got to swipe. You got to swipe to get in the door. So sometimes people coming in with their breakfast, they got their coffee. I nicely hold the door open. Hey, hello. Hello, but you ain't gonna say thank you, or can I get appreciated, or something? Hell, really? Say bitch, fuck you. I can take that, but say something. They go through the door. Okay. One chick did this every day. So finally, my ass, yeah. I said, okay. I seen her coming, hands full. She got hot chocolate and all that. I let that door close right behind me. It don't take much to say hello, but I tell you one thing: it shouldn't have took me to that point to not hold the door for you after speaking to you every day. But guess what happened? After that, she said good morning every day after that.
So then I'm finna be a bad guy. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. So were you doing it for out of the kindness of your heart, or you were doing it for to get something in return?
I did it off the kindness of my heart. If I see someone coming, you got your hands full. I'm at the door. I'm gonna hold the door for you to come in. But it don't take much to say hello or thank you. Appreciate it. It don't take much to say that. But especially if I'm coming and saying good morning or hello, and you can't speak back, dog.
Mm.
And it's been a time too that she was going through the door before me. And I was coming maybe with a soda, something in my hand, nothing drastic. And she let the door close right before. Oh, okay, player. Got you.
So then, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I won't consider myself petty, but I'm gonna give you what you give me. It's not.
If I
I'm
could sign language, I
how
will
the old folks
sign
used to say. No, you know how the old folks used to say, give people a taste of their own medicine. That's all I did was give her a taste of her own medicine, and she didn't like it. So after that, she started speaking.
All right. So
it shouldn't take that though.
yeah, true. That is true. So I'm gonna address one of the comments out from Alex the Man. He said I am a gore and movies person. Everybody is not ready to deal with the fantasy world. In reality, people are dead inside and disconnected from God. All right, there's two things in there that I'm gonna disagree with. The first one is talking about everybody's not ready to deal with the fantasy world. I disagree, and here's why I disagree. Because of the blend, the meld, the gray area of fantasy and reality has been blurred so much. Because everything that you see, like from the news, the news is not censored. No, that's what I should be saying. Censorship has taken a shift from when we were younger. When we were younger, if you saw a nipple, they were about to damn shut down a goddamn TV station. Now they got full frontal nudity on prime time. They got like they showing cops. They playing videos of cops shooting people on prime time, like over and over and over and over again, like it's goddamn a remix. So people have gotten desensitized to a lot of the things that we believe people aren't ready for.
Yeah.
So by them being desensitized, it's easy for them to see shit like that and be like, huh, oh well, it's not me.
Yeah, because it's become common.
Yes.
It's
yes.
everywhere. So it's common.
Yes. It's everywhere you see. Like everywhere you turn. Before, only time you could see a rated R movie, anything considered rated R, was in the movie theater. Now you got rated R shit on TNT. They throw up the disclaimer. They throw up disclaimers, acts of violence and all this other stuff, nudity, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
At prime time. So, people are being conditioned to accept that stuff, and that's why one of the reasons why I said that I honestly believe in the next 10 years we're gonna see a Squid Game or some other type of game of that caliber on live TV. Well, and this is how I said it's gonna start. This is exactly how I said it's gonna start. It's gonna start off pay-per-view. They're gonna start off pay-per-view to test the market, to see who's willing to pay for it and who's not gonna pay for it. And once they hit that certain number of viewers, it's just like boxing. Once they hit that certain number of viewers, all the big name cable stations, Showtime, Cinemax, HBO, they're gonna start bidding on it. Then it's gonna go from there. Then it's gonna go to NBC, TNT, and shit. And that's how it's going forward, because they're basically testing the market now, seeing how far they can push the lines. And as far as the part about people being disconnected from God, I don't think it's people disconnected from God, because folks who say they're godly people are some of the people that do the exact same shit. You speak to them, they don't say nothing to you. They look at you like you got a dick on your forehead. And I'm not saying that all of them do. And like I'm just saying these are some of the same people. So it's not a disconnection from God. I believe it's everybody's getting desensitized to things that are going on around them, and they're getting to the point where I think they feel lost and feeling despair because of the bombardment of everything that's going on.
I I can see that. I actually really can see that. Because I also was thinking along the lines, um, like the craziness of situations. Santi does therapy on like a weekly, bi-weekly basis, depending on Lord availability, because his therapists stay busy. But one of the things that he's incorporated in his therapy is mindfulness, empathy, sympathy, and gratefulness.
Mm.
So he makes sure during his therapy to ask him, what are you grateful for this week? Um, when did you use empathy this week? When did you have sympathy? When were you mindful about something? Because I think as human beings, that is something that has flew out the window. It's just bye bye birdie gone. I don't feel that we have that. And I kind of experienced that on a couple of times lately. And it's actually kind of been funny to me in a point. It's one of them things that you catch it and you be like, kind of thing. It is crazy. Like I mentioned to somebody that my dad had gotten a bad car accident a couple of weeks ago. And it was like, even down to showing a person the pictures, they were just kind of like, okay. I was like, wow, no, hey, how's he doing? Hope he feels better. Like, are you okay? And I think that's the other thing is as this is the season where seasonal depression starts to begin. Depression period is already in the midst. It has been a lot since COVID. But where's the, hey, are you okay? How's your day going? Just that check in amongst friends and family. How are you?
Right.
Where's that part? Because I ain't gonna lie to you. In the last few weeks, since I lost my aunt, another close friend in the family died, just dealing with stress. Whereas I've been in a bad place myself, and I can count on my hand how many people have said, "Hey, how are you?" or checked on me when I'm that one that normally check in on people. I don't get that back from people. So it's like, why aren't we checking in on family? Why aren't we checking in on friends? Where's that sympathy just to say, hey, how are you? I've had more check-ins from people that are more closer to strangers than I have family or friends in the last few weeks. What is wrong with that picture?
Maybe the wrong channel. I don't know. Shit. But it's something you hit on, and it kind of made me start thinking. Is it because the question now that popped in my head was, is it a lack of empathy or sympathy, or is it just plain selfishness?
That part. And that's the thing, because my mindset, I check in on family, check in on friends. Everybody know that's around me know I'm that person. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hey, especially those that I know have mental health issues. Hey, how's it going? But I can tell you, like I said, I don't get that back. And that same token, you can't expect me to have sympathy for you or empathy or any of those things when you don't acknowledge, okay, like for the situation, you didn't acknowledge my dad's accident, but you have to have emergency surgery, so you want my attention. You expected me to give you that sympathy and empathy that you didn't give to me. Like you can't. I don't do one-sided very well. I don't. Anybody know me know I don't do one-sided relationships. That's family, friends. I don't care if you've been a cousin since Methuselah. whatever else, I don't do one-sided relationships. I don't mind cutting people off when I'm giving 90 and you giving 10.
But
Like
then
it's like a relationship. It's give and take. Meet me somewhere, but don't just leave me out here hanging and you don't have nothing to give back. Like there's nothing in you. It don't take much to say, hey, my condolences, or I'm sorry, is there anything that you need, or do you need an ear? We've talked about the ear thing and the passwords a few times on the podcast. Like sometimes people just need that ear. But if I'm always an ear for you and you're never an ear for me, Houston, we have a problem. That's a one-sided relationship.
They might have little ears. That's what it is. The ears might be small.
You know what? It's just one of those. It's one of those things. So it's like, are we just really walking around dead on the inside? Do we have no care, no concern, no love, no feelings of sadness? It just seemed like it's like we really just walking around like we're here, but we're not here. We're just walking around in regular rotation, your regular routine, just like the zombies on Walking Dead. We just
walk around killing. And I think it's just, I think too, like you hit on something. Not just that. I think looking at the kids, well, some of the kids and some of the adults, there's no fear either. So no fear or repercussions of shit that they do. And I'm just like, so I know your people taught you. I hope your people taught you right from wrong. I hope your people showed you the consequences of your actions. But it seems like they have no fear of their consequences. Like
none. That either.
It's amazing. It's just not the kids. I probably shouldn't say that. It's just not the kids. It's just not.
No, it's not.
It's just society as a whole. Like, case in point, here's the funniest, most fucked up situation, and I laugh at it every time it happens. Every time they talk about it. What happened on January 6th? Like, we only read about that type of shit in history books and stuff like that. But folks literally went into the Capitol building like it was their house and was going around stealing shit. Like,
baby.
And like with no concern, no nothing.
No,
try to attack the police.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and the funny thing with me, like I was on my way home from work, and I heard about it. I was like, nah, this ain't. No, I wasn't.
Yeah. It's like you gotta believe it, see it to believe it. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, I know that ain't happening. This is a movie. They on the set. Nah, and it was on every news station. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, didn't nobody think like, yo, this is breaking the law? Like, and then when they started attacking the police officers, I'm like, y'all don't understand that they're just doing their job. Like,
yeah.
Like, that's wild. Wow.
Yeah. Very, very much so. Very much so. So, bringing up a conversation, one of the things that I was telling you about earlier, I was trying to see if I could find it back on my phone, because you know me, I be getting stuff and everything else. But there was a situation today at a local HEB where a woman was being catcalled by two strange men that she didn't know. Now, anybody know this HEB at this location is a busy area. Parking lot's always packed. You damn near got to park at the end aisle or whatever else. No one came to this woman's defense while these two strangers were catcalling her. They didn't know that she was walking to her vehicle where her husband was sitting in the vehicle waiting for her because she ran in to get something. So these guys had started to follow her to her car. Nobody was, looked like, oh shit, let me see what's going on. Nobody paid attention, but they were loud enough with the cat call to where from where she was coming out the door, her husband heard it from the car. Now, me personally, my husband, for me, he should have got his ass out the goddamn car. But hey, ain't my husband. But okay. But he waited till they pretty much walked her to the car and seen him sitting in the car where then they tried to play it off and detour and going about their business. We know San Antonio is big for sex trafficking, but no one was gonna say nothing. There's usually security in the parking lot. Like, is it really that thing of I'm just gonna mind my damn business or I give no fucks? Like, I just don't feel in no kind of way about it. Hey, okay, hope she make it, keep it to myself. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Like, where's the where is it? Like, are we really just walking around with nothing, no feelings of nothing?
I will say on behalf of security, and being because I worked it and I understand the mindset. Sometimes they feel like one, they're overworked and underpaid.
Ooh, that's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. So yeah. Facts. That's real facts.
Ooh, a lot. There's a lot of that going on.
But it's I don't know if it's crazy, wild, because like I really wasn't in the beginning, but now I'm an advocate for us as Black people as people of color. Now I'm gonna say Black people to carry concealed, because one, it seems like we're a target for a whole bunch of shit, not just other races shit, us against us. So we need to protect ourselves. And two, seeing the decline of, I don't want to say the decline of humanity, but seeing the shift in how people interact with each other. It went from just a peaceful, maybe a little scrap from the shoulders, to now it's straight gunplay. And I feel like if you're not prepared for that, then you're in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
But
talk.
it's yeah.
And to add to that thing is where you speak on having your conceal and carry, we're a target with that too. Because the first thing they're thinking is a Black person with a gun, and they're already a threat. When that shit comes up and they say you got concealing that you conceal and carry, they're already on guard. So it's a whole nother issue.
Well, well then shit. If that's the case, well shit, we might well do it then. If we damn if we don't, damn if we do. So what we got to lose? But
life.
Yeah. Oh shit! Somebody see? I told you, Alex the man said it. Said those games are already exist in the black market. They're testing the market. They're testing it. See, I think it was Nika said it, talking about she asked, do I think that there's millionaires and stuff? Yeah, there's people with big money out there paying to see these games, and I'm telling you, it's gonna spread, and it's gonna. And the example I used was Fear Factor, how they was testing the market, and every season it got worse and worse and worse and more extreme. It's coming, but the sad part about it, I believe that people will watch it. People will be so numb to it that they'll be watching it like it's The Simpsons.
Not I, said Fly.
Yeah, I really believe that. Like, the whole reality TV thing has it's been.
I will say this: if God blesses me to be rich, I know what I ain't gonna do, and it ain't
shit,
gonna be that.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
I ain't no deal.
That ain't gonna be it either. That ain't gonna be it. But
Yeah,
But then,
no.
but then I'm thinking about something that I learned in school about primal urges and stuff like of that nature. And as we talk, my brain's starting to work. I know you see the smoke coming from my head, but
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, has we as a society advanced so fast that now we're starting to revert back to that? Like, 'cause
Maybe.
think about it. In the last, what, 20, 30, in the last 30 years, we went from a computer the size of a goddamn room to a computer that's sitting in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, a lot of changes, a lot of evolving. Yeah, that's true. And I'm looking at Alex the Man's comment. Wild Wild West, baby. Texas couldn't wait for the opportunity for no license to carry.
It's just,
Baby.
it's just not Texas. It's a lot of states like that. There's a lot of states like that. Here's an interesting fact, though. I've been over here for 8 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been over here in Korea for 8 months. I have yet to see a gun. I
Really?
have yet to see, outside of the military, I have yet to see a firearm. The I've watched the folks like in the economy, what they call them, the ones that get the money and stuff, walk literally from their truck to get the money, grab the money, go back and to the truck. No firearm. Got a motherfucking flashlight and a radio. Motherfucking flat. I'm sitting here watching this shit. And what makes it even funnier is the fact that they'll stop and have a smoke break with them, put the money on the ground, stop me smoking and talking. I'm just like,
Wow.
nah, that can't happen in the States.
Wow.
That shit, that couldn't happen in the States. And
Wow.
then it started my brain to think about it, but then I tossed it to the side. But now that we're talking about it, like, I'm wondering, is it just our culture as Americans? Because we have so many freedoms that if we don't have nothing else to do, like, we can make the rules as we go up.
Tashira said, but it's one in the inside of the truck that's watching and ready.
Shit, I doubt it. I guarantee. Now, one thing I will say, they have a what do they call it, closed circuit TV system that is, you talking about good and mild, who's that peeking in your window? That's them. And they example, it was an incident at one of the local beaches back in July. By the time the night was over, they had identified 1,300 people.
Oh.
Yes. And the incident happened at around 8, 9. By the time the night was over, and shit closed here at 10. So by the time the night was over, they had identified, knew who they were, where they lived, all that stuff. 1,300 people.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I could see that. So that part, I say that makes sense. But like, yeah, it's wild here. But back to the Walking Dead piece, it's starting to get scary, and because you start to think about your children and your children's children.
Yeah.
What they gonna be like? What they gonna experience?
Definitely. So DW, Alex the Man
What's
has
up?
a question for you.
I can't see it because I don't know why I got the little chat icon in the middle of his head.
No problem. It says, question. In Korea, how many things have a penalty of death or removal of body parts used in a crime?
From what I'm understanding, none. None. Like, now you get locked up, but it's not like the states where you commit a murder or something, your ass get death penalty. Nah, from what I'm understanding, now you get locked up for a long ass time, and they'll tax the fuck out you. Like right now, I got like 7, 8 tickets, but yeah,
Um,
no, they park all parking tickets, Shawty, all parking tickets, all parking.
you don't know where to park at, homeboy?
Girl, look here. I be trying to read. I be using my translator. Be trying to read and understand them damn signs. Them shit so damn confusing. That shit is a setup. I'm telling you, that's how they get their money. But you also gotta. But back to the question.
God.
You also gotta look at the culture which they grew up on. They grew up under a communist culture where the government had their thumb on the necks. Like cops used to walk around and beat you if you did something wrong. Like that's what they're used to. So now that they have freedom, it's like it's still ingrained in them to obey the law and do X, Y, Z. So they don't have to have all of the excess, not excess, but they don't have to have the laws like the death penalty and all that stuff like we do. And like, and I understand because like in certain Arabic countries, that's what happened. If you steal, they cut off a hand. If you do certain things, it's a law. Yeah. Shit, bruh. I'm feeling you. I'm for real because I'm about to pay them bitches. I had one of my Korean soldiers read them to me. I was like, what did they say? I was like, Sergeant, you need to pay these. I said, I know. I don't know where the fuck to go. I'm like, let me hurry up and pay this shit.
And see, that's the thing. Shouldn't they have some kind of translation? Because there's quite a bit of people that are not Korean over there.
It's certain things though. It's certain things like the more because like where I'm at right now is considered the country part. Like this is where they do a lot of the farming, a lot of the, and when I say farming, they're literally like you wake up in the morning and you smell the cow shit and all that stuff. So yeah. But if you go toward the big cities, it's just like being in the States.
Oh,
It's just like
Tashura said, Lord, he in another country. Yeah, Tashura, he's in Korea. He's stationed in Korea.
South Korea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's not a bad spot though. I mean, but it does, which is very, very interesting. Kind of took me back a little when everybody started talking about Squid Games, and I found out it was a Korean thing, and I was like, oh, I was like, that's different. Like, okay, made me start looking over my shoulder more.
I bet he do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, belong there.
And I stand out, which is another whole.
Oh yeah, yeah. What that one lady call you? Big Bear Mountain. What she call you?
Yeah, she called me a Big Bear Mountain. But
yeah.
That's another.
Yeah, Big
and
Bear
now we're talking about it. I'm curious. I'm not shit. I wonder, is it cultural?
You wonder if what's cultural?
Like the way Americans interact with each other. Because here it's all about respect. It's all about respect. And they walk in.
We lack that here.
Yeah.
Respect is a major lacking here.
They walk in and they speak to each other, and it's like the elders. What's the name? Yeah.
So, Daryl, you want to answer Tashura's question? She said, "What is Squid Games about?"
So, I still haven't watched it. I still haven't seen it.
I haven't either, because the clip that they played,
yeah,
it's hard for me. It's so Tashura, there's a clip, and
yeah, I'm gonna say from the way they explain it to me, is basically like the merger of Hunger Games and shit, what's that movie called? Hunger Games and Gamer. So they get a whole bunch of people to go and compete for these games that if you win, you get a certain amount of money. But each game is like deadly and all this other stuff. Like if you mess up, you die. They literally kill you. So yeah,
Yeah.
like the one, the one with the music, that's hilarious. That shit, it's sad, but it's funny. Excuse me.
Yeah, and they
At the same-
did, bless you, they did add some humor to it. So Tashira, basically, there's this one popular clip of Squid Games that's going around. Squid Games is actually a on Netflix right now. So there's one where they have all these I'm gonna say Korean people, like you know how they would have like if they do bullfighting in the arena. So they lock all these people up in this arena. So you basically just got initiated into a game, and you don't even know what the fuck you doing there or what you playing. So this dummy kind of thing, she's
It's like
turning.
red light, green light. That's
Yeah,
the
it's
funny.
basically playing red light, green light. So whenever, of course, she turn around to look at you, you gotta freeze. When she turn back, you gotta get moving to get to the end before I think it's a 2 minute, within 2 minutes, and you gotta freeze. So going down, going around. At first, people are thinking it's a game, like literally a game. They ain't really worried about it until folks start getting shot. And you realize you thinking even then that they're playing until you go see your homeboy and he's coughing up blood or whatever else. And you remember now this ain't this a game, but it ain't a game. Like you get up and come on and get your freeze on. Because at this point, yeah, red light, green light in effect, and it's the 2021 version. So
this ain't how I grew up.
yeah, so you can't be moving when she scans the crowd. Don't you better not blink, don't twitch, don't scratch, don't none of that, or you gonna get shot. And it's a guy sitting in the comfort of maybe his office, his living room. He got his drink and his cigar. He watching and he laughing at the people getting shot. Like I said, I've only seen the clips. My cojones ain't that big for me to actually go watch the actual thing on Netflix. That's a little much for me. But yeah, so yeah, and man, Alex said Squid Games is about people. You have so much debt that they are not likely to ever pay it back. Whoa. So the people come up missing and placed in these games, literally like red light, green light. The winner gets to take all the millions in the end. You know what? My life is worth more than millions. I ain't even about that life. You just gonna have to keep calling me.
I'm glad somebody knows.
Bam, and be like sitting up there. We have a debt that you need. Okay, click, block. Like, yeah, I ain't about that life. So that ain't me.
But that says a lot though. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? So I'm gonna flip the script a little bit where we talk about, The Walking Dead. So one of the things me and you were talking about also before the podcast started is if you see a female that's getting beat up by a man, like he molly whopping, he putting his hands on it, he kicking her ass, literally. You see this going on. Are you the man that's gonna interfere, or are you the man that's gonna keep going on by your business? And I'm asking that for Alex, the man, too.
You asking me?
Mm-hmm.
True story. That happened to me. And I was with a young lady I was dating at the time, and that was the only time she ever seen me mad, and it scared the shit out of everybody. This was in Maryland, and we were coming from somewhere, and dude like he slapped that chick so hard her wig spun around.
Oh.
And yeah, and I was like, bro, like what the fuck? And before I knew it, I had him against the wall, like. And I told him, I said, "You touch her again, I promise to God that'll be the last time you touch anybody." And the lady ran off. Well, the girl I was with, she took her and escorted her, I think, to the police or whatever. And then I just let him go. I said, "You need to go about your business." Now, flip side of that is, I had a friend when I was a bouncer. He got stabbed in the head, but for intervening. And how it happened was, it was at a club. Dude, like, I guess, I don't know how it happened, but from my assumption, he didn't like something that she did in the club. So when they got outside, she told him it's not that serious, and he turned around and hit her like a dude. Like, and when he did that, we was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" So we started walking over there because we thought that was it. Nah, he started stomping. So G ran over there and dropped him. Bing! Boom! She got mad. "Don't you ever touch my man!" Pulled out a blade and stabbed him in the head. And I'm just like,
Oh.
yeah. I'm like, bet. And then, yeah, that's when she got, well, we didn't do it, but our female bouncers wore her motherfucking ass out. Like, I'm talking about.
And I hear that. And I read a post this week about that, where they asked about men seeing a woman in that issue, where she's getting beat up. Some men said hell no. Some men said hell yes. I'm not finna do it. I understand that there's a chance that I may get hurt from trying to save this person, but I can't stand by and watch a woman getting beat like a man or whatever, you know.
Right. But sometimes you gotta be careful when you intervene, because of, and they hear it all the time. Police tell you all the time too. Like, you may think you're doing something right, but the chick so twisted, the relationship so twisted, she jump on you. Now you fighting two people.
Yeah. And like we talked about too, sometimes she's jumping on you because she know that ass whooping when she get home is gonna be greater than what she getting at that point because somebody intervened.
Yep. That's like, so that.
It's like a catch-22.
What's that part in Friday? "Why you let him jump on me? Standing there giggling and shit." Yeah. So it's like, it's we as men want to be protected, but we also got to be protectors of ourselves, because you don't know, you might step in and she pull out a gun, bam, you dead. Yeah. And what she going to do? And you were trying to help her silly ass out.
Yeah. And see, Tashura said it. She said she knew if she didn't ride for him, he was gonna beat her ass that night. Like, don't nobody want a double ass whooping. I as a kid, I never wanted the ass whooping, but I sure didn't want to get two in one night or one day or whatever the hell. So you know, she said you have to assess the situation, because if I help you and you turn on me, I'm a dog walker. Walking like a dog.
And that's what, like, wait, when I tell you we have some, and that's the crazy part. I know I'm getting off subject. Like, the female bouncers, they were built like strippers, but they had hands like goddamn boxers. Them motherfuckers. And I used to always tell people when I bounce, I'm not the one you need to worry about. The ones you need to worry about is the women and the small dudes. Because them, they be off the hinges and they go from 0 to 100 like this. And they don't care who in it, man. Say something. I could tell you some stories about bouncing and watching shit like that happen. You be like, wow.
Yeah, that is wow. Alex the Man said, "I'm a defender, licensed by God. I'm a literal defender of the weak. Ladies and children are to be honored and defended."
Well, you better be licensed with Smith & Wesson as well, because you licensed by God. You fuck around and you gonna go meet him. I'm being for real. Well, I'm
Why
dead
that
ass.
sound like a line from a Tyler Perry movie?
Oh, I don't know, but it's real
Oh,
talk though. Like it's real talk. Like not especially nowadays. It's like it's a badge of honor for a dude to jump on a chick. Like I seen on
man, it's like cool and everybody, hey, and that then you know what happened? Well,
yeah, and that's why I seen a video on YouTube where dude literally took his skateboard and cracked this girl over her head, and everybody like, oh, and I'm sitting there, I was bored, and I'm sitting there thinking like, and then you wonder why other ethnicities see us as animals, and why it's so easy for people to justify gunning us down in the street. It's just not the fact of we have to deal with racism.
no, it's
It's the
not.
fact that we have to deal with the actions of ignorant people. The minority of the black people, the black community, is putting a death sentence on the majority. Cause now everybody's like, oh, I seen what happened. I seen what happened on YouTube when that black dude, blah 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 blah. I gotta be careful. All black people are like that. Bitch, I'm in the
Yeah,
military. I ain't got time to be fucking with you. I got shit to lose.
exactly that part. And maybe that's that thing there also, because I was also gonna say, like, to come back with what you said, there are so many crimes against women right now, and it's like it's celebrated. It's celebrated of a man beating a woman. It's celebrated of him shooting her, running over her with a car, pouring acid on her, putting her out butt naked, rape, the R. Kelly thing. That whole thing is it's everything R. Kelly did. You have all
That's
these
a whole
men
nother
that are
conversation.
celebrating that.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Like, why is
That's
the crimes against black women being celebrated as well? Is it really hype, or is it just because you dead inside and you got mommy issues?
here's my situation. Here's my thing, and here's my thought process when it comes to that. Why it's being celebrated? It's being celebrated. The action itself is not being celebrated, but I feel that the second and third order of effects is what's being truly celebrated. What's being set up is a dynamic that black and white, excuse me, black men and women don't get along.
And what the bad part is,
And that's what's being pushed. That's the
it
the
ain't you ain't gotta push hard though, because look around.
but
Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not that number is lower than what it really is, but because of the way it's being pushed, it makes it seem like it's the majority. And it's like, and that's, yeah, it makes it seem like it's the majority. And it's just the same thing, it's the same thing when you hear the adage about black people on welfare, black people this, black people that, black, it's the exact same thing. Like, this is I can't think of the word to use, but it's being pushed like that. Like if me and you were dating and I treated you like God's grip, yeah, I know,
did you just
almost.
insult me on the cool?
But I treated you like the gift from God. I'm looked at as a simp.
I am.
Again, my point is I'm looked at as a simp for doing what I'm supposed to do as a man. However, if I'm going around slanging dick and got 13 baby mamas and 15 kids, oh, he a player. No.
And it's celebrated.
Yeah, and that's asinine to me. And
It
granted, here's my
immunity
caveat.
kids.
Here's my caveat. It in the Bible it does say go forth and be prosperous. And in the Bible, it was a lot of people who had multiple wives and stuff. However, they took care of their wives. They took care of their family. They took care of. their responsibility. They took care of their responsibility. These people aren't.
No, true that. Because one, they didn't have condoms back in the day, but it's also a sin to spill your seed outside of the female anatomy.
That's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother conversation.
That part. So Tashira basically, well, you said basically what Tashira said. She said, hey, say if you treat a woman with respect, you a simp. But if you disrespect her, you an alpha male or a real man.
Nah, that alpha male shit, nah.
Oh, I'm so tired of hearing that
alpha male shit, nah. Because
that alpha male shit needs to be set on fire like that shit when I'm cut from a different cloth. Now,
here's the thing: when it comes to alpha male, you don't have to say it. You don't have to tell nobody you're alpha male.
That part.
And that's why I usually always get in trouble when when folks be like, "Yeah, I'm such and such, and I'm real." The fuck? You fake? Like, why the fuck you gotta tell people you real? I mean, we looking at you, but
like we see you, we can see
you. Yeah.
Alex said, how we act in public makes it look easy for others to demonize us, primarily via media and social media, and that's true.
No, stop, pause. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this. I agree. However, he need to change that statement from how we act to how they act. Because when you say we, that means you're including yourself into that. Into that mantra. That's the word I'm looking for. Mantra. Yeah. And I know just from conversations with him, he doesn't fit that mantra.
No.
So that's something that I got to do myself. We have to start alienating ourselves from those individuals. Like I'm not gonna present. If somebody say black men don't cheat, if somebody say respect, black men don't respect black women, I'm gonna say certain black men don't respect black women. I'm gonna stop saying we don't, because I'm not included in that shit. I'm not. I'm not gonna include myself in that shit.
Yeah.
And the flip side of that is you're gonna have to be okay to be by yourself. Like
you're right.
Everybody don't believe. Yeah, everybody don't believe the same thing you believe in. That's okay. That's
you're definitely right. Because I see some of us. I ain't saying us, but us.
Some of them
on Facebook, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, no, we are not the same. We are not
and the same. Thing out of my mouth is, was all that necessary?
Like, it's common sense took a turn somewhere shortly after the starting line.
Common
like
sense.
They had to start going this way. They didn't even get past. They didn't
on the bench right now.
Start good. It just went. It just started veering off because something was wrong somewhere. It's some stuff. I'm just like, I know common sense ain't common, but God dang, come on, dog. Like you really did this. Like you really did this right here. So people looking at us like, all y'all act like this.
Just like that, yeah.
Handful that did this dumb crap. No, don't put me in the bucket with them because I don't belong over there. I don't.
And then it goes back to the what we're talking about. Like, they are the Walking Dead. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. They are the Walking Dead. They are They are the lack sympathy. They're zombified.
Yeah.
They lack sympathy. They lack empathy. They lack all of this stuff, and it's just
bumping in each other, just gone.
Yeah.
It's like this.
You don't
see nobody.
Watch out, N-word. Like,
Oh
bro.
yeah. Oh yeah. Don't let that bump. Yeah. They
Just
ready to fight back.
relax, breathe,
Yeah. Like, dude. Yeah.
or
Like.
I know I'm big, so when I be walking, I'll bump into people. I always say, "Excuse me." Folks look at me like I'm short. And I'm just like, I said, "Excuse me."
And that's
Like,
another thing. You can say, step on somebody's shoe, bump them some. You say, excuse me. Oh, guess what? That thing right here, when you said, excuse me, then blew up to this. That is what's up. And you want some of this and it gonna escalate. But why I gotta escalate? First of
exactly
all,
why?
said excuse me, and you if you don't know me, you know it doesn't come with any malice. So why does
Right.
it have to turn from this big to this big? Like, why? Alex the man said, and that's the problem. We have been separated, so we no longer can take control of us when our people get out of line. We no longer want to be we. No, I don't. I ain't gonna. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to be we.
Say that again. Again, I wish I could show you my screen because it's a little chat bubble right on like at the bottom. So
He
whoever the
said,
bottom,
and that's the problem. We have been separated, so we no longer take control of us when our people get out of line. We no longer want to be we, and I don't
so
want to be
okay.
we because I don't act like we.
So I'm gonna ask this question then. I'm gonna pose this question to him then. So if you have a cancer in the body, you gonna continue to baby that cancer, or you gonna try to get rid of it, or you gonna that yeah, and that's how I look at it. I mean, trust me, I love my people, I do, but it comes to a point where you have to cut sling load. If all a person is gonna do is smoke weed, drink Hennessy, and complain about shit,
and
you're
and
not
and procreate.
yeah, and procreate. Oh, and then get mad because she got pregnant, even though y'all didn't use condoms. Like, nah, bro, nah. You understand the consequence. You know what happens when you fuck, right? I'm just saying, like, but
But
just when you
and don't use perfection. Yeah, yeah, and also with that, we don't like to be told or taught anymore. This generation that's coming,
yes,
I get a lot of people reach out to me. A lot of younger people reach out to me. A lot of older people. I damn near should be a life coach. Lord, I really should. But there was a young lady that reached out to me this week, having a really hard time, single mom of 2. And as me trying to give her advice on her situation, for every piece of advice I gave her, she had a comeback on why she was doing it the way
it's not gonna work. Yep.
No, it was, yeah, well, I do it like this and it. Okay, but this is the thing. How that working for you? Because obviously it's not working because you over here you hit me up for advice, so it's not working for you. Like, if you got all the answers, why message me? You needed advice. You came to me. I didn't come to you because I didn't know your situation. But you come to me and I'm giving you honest advice because you don't have the motherly advice that you were looking at. This child is younger than my baby, which Nay is 24. And I'm trying to, uh-oh, fan club alert. But I'm giving that information and I'm trying to tell you. And then it's like I'm trying to show you where you're making your situation worse because now you're blocking people that you shouldn't block that puts you deeper in the situation that you have. And this is a situation where you can lose the custody of you're about to lose the custody of your kids. And the person that has your kid, you have blocked. So how are you checking on your kid and in contact with this person to have your kid if you got them blocked? Makes no sense. So they can easily say, "Oh,
I'm taking that law.
she ain't taking on her kid." She ain't worried about him, so it makes it makes the situation, it's feeding the situation you got going on. It's just and
Yeah.
and I'm like, baby, like you got to get out your own feelings. You got to keep.
Cause,
You got to get
yeah,
out
'cause
your own feelings.
I'm sitting here like 5 + 5 + 2 carry 1. I'm trying to make it make sense, and I'm just like, huh?
Man, and I mean, come on. And the thing is, like, you came to me for a reason. I've known you maybe a year. You came to me because I ain't lied to you. I don't have a reason to lie. I have no reason on earth to lie to this baby. I've shot it from the hip from her from 100% from day one. So you coming to me, I'm not gonna tell you nothing I wouldn't tell my own daughter. But you still in the mindset and you finna operate how you been operating, and how you been operating ain't working. Make it make sense. Like you in the red zone right now, baby. Your back is against the wall. I'm trying to help you out, Craig. Like I didn't understand it. And I'm gonna say this. For me, being part of the Walking Dead doesn't work for me. I have this heart. I do. I have a heart. I have sympathy, empathy. I'm even more mindful now as I'm teaching my son and going to therapy and stuff with him. And I didn't realize really how mindful I really was, because that was just how I operate. Even being grateful, I'm even more mindful of being grateful for things. Yeah, okay, you know how many of us got that job on Monday morning, you're sitting in the parking lot. You gotta sage yourself in the car before you leave the house. You gotta pray.
Hey,
Like
you pull up to the job like that bitch ain't burned down yet.
baby, you don't even understand. Cause I ain't lying. Baby, I try to get up at least about 30 to get my mind right and to pray, and got my Palo trying to sage and get my spirit right. Got my little music, and sometimes me and Santi have pep rallies in the morning. We really have them on Fridays, but we got a pep rally to get our mind right, to try to get through the day. And like real talk, like some of us got to go through something to get through the day at work. I ain't had a job I ain't had to pray in my car before I walked into the building yet. Now I'm just gonna be
Crazy part, the best job I ever had was bouncing. I feel like that was the best. That was the funnest job. Well, that and working at a go-kart track.
Oh, okay.
Those are two funnest job ever.
Cause baby, I'd be like in deep prayer. So when you got that going on, like like I'm still trying to be that person. My mindset, I'm saying good morning. Hey, how you doing? Even though I'm looking at you like this, because I know you a snake. Even when I know you being shiesty, you dialing 1-900 snitch a lot, because you the snitch at the job. I'm still something wrong. Hey, how you doing? You okay? Hey, I see you got a headache. Hey, you got some? Yeah, I got some aspirin. I can give you some aspirin. I still have some sympathy and some empathy somewhere. If somebody in your family died, I'm gonna extend my condolences. I just ain't, but I'm watching how I deal with you, because I'm still dealing with you with a long handle spoon, because I know you, yeah, you snitching and you telling on everybody at the job, so you making work just hectic, more hectic than it needs to be. But I do have a big heart, and that's my catch-22. It really is, because with many people, it takes me a while to cut people off. I will cut a motherfucker off. Don't get me wrong. Some folks are gonna go quicker than others, but I will cut a motherfucker off with no disregard. But like I said, some folks take more than others, and some of them, if you lucky enough to get a second chance with me, baby, you better thank God on earth and in the heavens above that you got a second chance with me. And I suggest you pack light with it, because baby, strike two, I don't go to three. Strike two, you super out. You out on a whole different level. It's cut off, ain't no contact. It's fuck you all the way, and I'm done. Like, don't do me like that. I'm too kind-hearted. I give the shirt off my back. Damn it, if you hungry, I'll feed your ass. I ain't gotta like your ass to feed you, but I'll feed you. But don't bite my hand like that. Don't be like a zombie and bite the shit out of my ass and turn me into you. Like, don't do me like that. I'm just saying, it's a catch-22 with me. It is. My heart is big. I don't like for people to be in bad situations without. I'm not balling out of control by far, but if I got it, I'm giving.
I was about to. He dropping some questions tonight. Okay. So, first comment that Alex the Man said, those of us who don't fit that description should be teaching. You can cut the cancer, not the entire lung. So, are we gonna take it there? When you teach, are you teaching if no one is learning? Or are you just giving instructions? That's my first thing, because like we said earlier, we can sit here and tell them, like, hey, teach them, show them, whatever, give them the handbook to how to elevate themselves to another level, but they don't follow the handbook. So what do you do then? Like the adage said, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And we in the military we go a step further and say, but you could dunk their head and they're gonna drink or drown. And a lot of the people that we're talking about, they're drowning because they are set in a way they don't want to accept what we're saying. And the other part is like, if we are
hold on, before you go to that part, I want to say this. Medically, these days, if you cut cancer spreads through the whole body. I'll leave that at that. So you can go to and I'm gonna say this because I've actually seen it. So you ever have a bag of fruit, and they always talking about a rotten apple? You ever had a bag of fruit, oranges, apples, and you got that one apple or that orange that starts going bad in that bag? What happens to the rest of the apples or the oranges in the bag? They start going bad. Even though it ain't their time, because they attached and that fruit is touching them in some kind of way, they start going bad too. And it could not even be your time. So that's a bad note. So you can go on to the second part of that question, because I got
I can't now because I still got the chat. It's the last one.
So it says, if we are throwing us away, then why should others care? So me and my beautician was talking today. We be having great conversations while I'm getting my hair done. And she made a comment about if somebody is fucking you jailhouse style, no Vaseline, no fucks, no care, no nothing. They just raw dog fucking you, you screaming your head off, blah, blah, blah. Are you going to keep opening yourself up to that fuck? Because I never known for rape or being taken advantage of to feel good. So I ain't finna keep opening myself to get jailhouse fucked. I'm sorry. That's just like people be saying, pray for me, or pray for her, they'll get better. Dude, if I told you I've been praying the same prayer for about 30-some years and they ain't came true yet, then sometimes you gotta just, you just gotta cut your losses and just say fuck it and take that deal. So that was that first part. He said there are going to be those that are unwilling to learn, and maybe you have to let them be. But we can help some people if we try. And that's
what we're saying.
We're not saying we're not trying, Alex the Man. We're trying. It's how many tries are you gonna get before somebody keep giving you their ass?
Because I'm not saying give up on everybody. I'm just saying the ones that are creating this, that are feeding that mantra.
It don't say ass kisser on it. That it don't say that on there. So if I'm trying to help somebody out and they keep giving me their ass to kiss, they been over. No, thank you. But I'm not finna keep letting you put your ass in my face. And believe me, you don't have to put your ass in my face to shit on me. Real talk. So
How do we go?
on
We
that.
just talk about asses and jailhouse fucking and ass. We just like damn, like
We had this conversation when she was doing my hair about the disrespect and we trying to have people.
what the hell y'all be getting your hair done at? Shit, I thought the barbershop was bad. Y'all motherfuckers.
Me and my beautician, we have real conversations. If I can't be real with nobody right now, I can be real with my beautician. We have great real conversations. So, and we talk about that. So when you know how they say when you have a good heart, people like to take advantage of you. And I'm one of the people that people like to take advantage of. Also, people like to take advantage of me because of my situation. And we've had this conversation. So yeah, but it's only so many ways you go. Yeah, like you gonna shit on me or give me your ass to kiss. But I guarantee you, in the end.
So then the question I got for Alex now, because he said keep teaching. When does it come a point in time when you just decide to cut your losses? Because it's gonna come a point in time when that person that you're teaching, that person is just not gonna get it, or it's not. I'm not even so just not gonna get it. Just don't care to get it. Are you gonna keep beating your head against the wall to get them to understand? Yeah.
When you tired of being sick and tired.
And I got the whole thing about everybody's not gonna listen. Got it. Everybody's not gonna listen. Everybody's not gonna learn. Everybody's not gonna agree. Everybody's not gonna see everything the same way. I understand that.
Never that.
The problem is certain individuals that are really, really out there are being the poster child for an entire community, and that's not the case.
No,
that's truly not the case.
No.
And like you said earlier, it's being driven by the media, and I agree. But however, who gives them the material to push? Last time I checked, a lot of these social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that shit. Last time I checked, these are not paid actors. These are real life people doing dumb shit.
Real talk. Dumb shit.
They get the most likes.
Yeah. So going on the other comment, he says, when you teach, not all are listening and some are not capable of understanding. So they need to go to special ed. Does that mean you stop teaching? So, I'm gonna go and take this one too. I just feel elated today. So, as a mother with a child with autism spectrum disorder, as having a son that also has a special ed teacher, my job as his mother is to always teach. And many times, even though I hate repeating myself, I still, because that is my child and I want better and greater for him, I do have to repeat myself. I do have to reteach. I do have to make sure that he understands, because the world ain't gonna want that, don't care if he don't understand, but his mother does. But he is my responsibility because I brought him into this world. So with that being said, because that is my job as his mother, I am going to constantly always teach and assist in his learning because I'm his first avenue. Now, somebody else, they're not my responsibility. But if I step out and try to help you, and every time I try to help you, you shit on me, no, I'm not going to keep doing that. But even as a parent, there are some that do reach their breaking point. They cut their kids off when their kid just seems like they're just their problem, and they're not getting to them. And I know that's relative. but this is my baby. I know where my baby stands. I know what my baby needs. So for him, I'm going to go that extra mile. I'm not going to give up on my child. Somebody that's not my child is not my responsibility, but I will still try to help and pour into them. But if you're going to keep shitting on me and jailhouse fucking me, I'm going to have to buy out, because my first concern, I have to have that energy and knowledge for my own before I can give to somebody else. So.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, there's another one. So if you have a mental health problem, does that mean you don't deserve to be helped? Let me go on and voice that too. I have mental health issues. I deal with depression, anxiety, insomnia like a motherfucker. Guess what? At some point, you got to help yourself, because somebody else helping you will help you into a motherfucking ditch somewhere. Point blank, period. It don't mean you're not due to be helped, but if somebody is trying to help me and I'm pushing back on the help or not following whatever assistance plan, hey, they saying you need medication. Hey, you need to get more sleep after this. If by chance I'm not following what they're giving me, then they should stop helping me, because they wasting their time. I don't care if it's even a paid fucking service. If I'm paying a doctor and he's telling me to do what the hell I'm supposed to do and I'm not doing it, then he should stop helping me. Whether that's his job or not, because obviously he's trying to help and I'm not helping myself with what he's trying to help and assist me with. So there's limits to everything. Like you gotta, it's all about, at that same time, you gotta know your worth. And that's why this same situation about people always bending over backwards to help people is why a lot of us have mental health issues and lack self-care. We stressing our damn self out because you're doing too much. You don't know when to shut up, sit your ass down, and mind your own motherfucking business. Next.
So, and also to add on to that, like I'm reading the comments, and it seems like we're saying the same things, but in different terms. Like, because I read the comment and said those who have earned being dismissed should be pushed to the side, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, the ones that are presenting that image of that's been put on the entire community are the ones that should be pushed to the side, because of they are not understanding the impact or whatever that they're having with the that they're having on the community. It goes back to, it's only going to be so many times, and like, even it's only going to be so many times that you can turn the other cheek.
True that.
Before you just.
I know the Bible says 7 times 7, but baby, you ain't gonna have no cheek up.
That's a day, but it's gonna be a point where, like, even in the Bible, Jesus had people come to him seeking his teaching. He'll give a message, but then he'll walk away. Yeah, he'll walk away. Away. So it's gonna be a point in time when you're gonna have to, you as the teacher, like we like to say, is gonna have to do that. Like, you're gonna have to present, like, hey, that's not how you're supposed to operate. That's not what you're supposed to do. And if they continue to operate that, then you just walk away. And sooner or later, they're gonna see the error in their ways. Sooner or later, they're gonna see what you were talking about. An example I'm gonna use. Everybody know that watch the show know I coach high school football, and I am of the old school era of, I look at small things to create the big things. I put the foundation down to create the big things. Everybody wants to shine before the grind. So I used to always tell the kids, like, hey, look, this is what you can expect once you go to college. It's not going to be as lax as it is in high school. It's not going to be as easy as it was in high school. It's not going to be as free as it was in high school. you're going to be on a strict thing. You're going to have the strict regimen, blah, 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 X, Y, Z. When I tell you 99% of the kids that I've coached and I told that to came back and all said the same thing. They all said, Coach Dolph, you was right. You weren't lying. When I got there, it was like this, X, Y, Z. You have the 0.1% that was like that didn't believe you and still continue to operate in the way that they wanted to believe. And they asked us what happened. They asked us was at home after maybe a semester. So it's like that. They're gonna have to see it for themselves. You can only teach them and tell them for so long. They're gonna have to see it for themselves. So yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, and I agree. We are agreeing for the most part. It's just the methods of how to do it is different.
Yeah, because like you said, the way you embrace and teach your son, even when he messes up multiple times, is how we should treat each other. Now,
Right.
because my energy, I need my energy for my son. I don't mind assisting someone else, but at some point, I have to know that I have to step back because what I'm giving is not being received. My main focus is my son because I have to be that force for my son. That is my responsibility. Becky over here is not my responsibility.
Yeah, and that's what I'm about to say. And then the other thing too,
responsibility, and you can't pour from an empty cup. So if I'm constantly pouring into somebody that's not receiving, that's taken from my son. As a single parent, he is my responsibility. I am the only one that is pouring into him. I can't be pouring into all these empty cups and then don't have anything for him. So no, somebody is not going to get all that from me because my main responsibility is my children and they need me more than somebody else.
I can't read that last what he said. We should be responsible, something,
and not for them.
Oh, what else he said? He just said something.
I'm curious to see what's on your screen.
Shit, I can show you. Like, it's because I get half the what's the name. I don't understand. I don't know if it's the whatever. Well, shit, I can show you now. I guess.
I told you stop watching porn on that computer.
Well, shit, I ain't got nothing else to do over here in Korea. Shit, spend money and watch porn. But
let me go back to thank you to Tashura for tuning in. But I'm gonna go back to one of Tashura comments.
About what?
Cause she laughed and she said, so he's not 5'3", so he ain't 5'3". I said, oh girl, no, he like 6'6". So she said 6'6", chocolate and thicker than a Snicker. Let me get off here. That's why I said that baby. Yeah, you know it's cuddle season. It get cold. She said you look like big bear blanket.
Look here.
You know that fan love, that fan love.
What they say? You better go on somewhere. Get on.
That fan watch. Yeah, you know I had to go back because I seen it. I don't think he has seen the comment. So you know, yeah. So yeah, just threw that out there. You know, he be getting that fan love.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's cold out there. How much you weigh again, DW?
Okay. Anyway, Alex the man said, what did he say? That's right. You start mess. You exactly right. She started mess.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. So Tashura is one of the other little podcast buddies, and I've been telling her, I think for like the last week or two, that she is a bad influence on me. her and Erica are like bad influences because we cut up on the podcast, especially on Monday nights, Mondays and Wednesdays with Derek. She's a bad influence. So yeah, I'm starting stuff tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting just a little bit. I mean, technically, you posted the comment. It's there for everybody to see. I just addressed it.
I'm not dismissing your comment. I'm not.
Yeah, she said, "Do not."
Apologize.
He don't do cuffing either. He's single, but he's single.
I apologize.
He about to retire
I apologize.
from the military.
Okay, what we not finna do
Hey, we
is get off
might need to
subject.
do it. We might need to have a day to say
What we not finna do is get off subject. What we not finna do is get off subject. You
this
just
is
over
not
there
our
starting
subject.
stuff.
This is showing that ain't nobody
You
right now a walking dead. We got feelings and emotions.
What you got in
And
your
we
cup?
can feel and we can see what we're like, and we speaking
What you
as
got in your
a
cup?
tea. Santi quoted. Look, it's tea.
Yeah,
No alcohol,
okay.
it's tea.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
ask Santi.
okay.
Santi's like what Santi has started to do when I fix his dinner, he makes me a cup of tea for my podcast. So that's his mommy good luck on the podcast thing. He pours me a cup of tea. So I have
Okay.
tea.
Okay.
See? Did you see that? She said, let him stay on subject. He acting like he walking dead.
I can't stand y'all right now. I can't stand y'all right now. Like I really can't. I can't stand y'all right now.
We cut up so bad on Monday with Derek and them. They cut us off in the comments and shut down the podcast. She a bad influence.
Y'all see.
What?
See. Okay, so back to the subject. I'm not dismissing your comment. I hear you. We just try to stay on task sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time.
It must be something.
On 10 and now he on 2.
No. Okay.
He wouldn't have his pancakes tonight. He'd be on 25-30. He didn't have his pancakes before the podcast.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm tired too. So.
Yeah, I had to wake him up out of sleep because he was over there sleeping good. Yeah, in Korea land. Had to wake him up. But okay, go back. Where were we before?
I'm talking about just talking about the whole the Walking Dead part. Just sum it up. Like we keep saying, and we're coming to the conclusion that we all are saying the same thing. It's just we're saying it differently.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a bad thing. And that's another something else we need to stop doing as a community. It's like because me and you don't think the same or have the same type of because me and you don't have the same type of outlook or anything, but it still impacts the community overall. We should be able to put all our differences aside and keep moving forward. It's like it shouldn't be no type of issues or anything like that.
Yeah, but everybody has their own way of thinking, and a lot of that comes with experience. Like they say, experience is a good teacher.
Right.
And I've had to make some adjustments myself because I've always been that giver, be there for everybody. And when I had to learn, I had to start saying no and step back from things, situations, and people. I had to realize again, I can't pour from an empty cup. And I don't know where I was getting all the liquid from to pour in people's cup, but I was spreading myself very thin because I was trying to be there for everybody. At one point in time, I felt like I was dead on the inside. On the inside, on the outside, I felt like I was okay because I was catering to people that I love. I was going grocery shopping not only for my household, 2, 3 other households. Like I didn't stop.
So that brings up an I'm missing something. So that brings up an interesting comment about The Walking Dead, because something that Alex is saying about continuously teaching, that can lead to folks having a lack of empathy and sympathy and being numb to a lot of things that's going on.
Yeah, you're right. When you get tired and you've hit E and you don't have nothing left because you ain't recharged and refilled yourself. Like
Right.
you can hit E, and that can help you to stop that. Because I think I've been there before, where I didn't have nothing. I did hit that point where I didn't have nothing left, and I was literally running on fumes and still trying to do the same thing. This is at that point where I had to check myself, because you get tired of telling somebody something when they go and they do something, and then turn around and you done gave them this advice. They ain't took it, but when shit hit the fan, then they take it. So it's like, okay, what the hell? Like, you didn't take that advice in the beginning, but now this shit then blew up like a volcano, and now you want to take the advice. It's too late then. You should have took it then.
Right.
And then when it gets repetitive, every time you turn around, it's happening. Baby, you get tired. That's a workout. And my now cutoff thing is, if you require more energy than my son, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And I do have people in situations in my life that do require more energy than my 10-year-old. And I have to step back.
Are they grown? Well, yeah. I was gonna say, are they grown?
Yes, grown. 30, 40s, whatever, grown. Yes. And require more energy than my son. Yes.
That's interesting.
And I had to pick and choose when I deal and how I deal with people that do that. I've had to step back and go sit my ass down somewhere and be like, nah, I ain't gonna. Now, as soon as like you get that message, you be like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna be able to do that today. I don't have it in me. Oh yes, to sure, them grown folks will drain the hell out of you. That's like a suction hose. Like you siphoning gas out somebody's car. They will suck you dry. Like, damn. Like, and don't have no remorse or nothing for it. They just feel like, okay, she's always there. You know, I need some sympathy today. I need some empathy. So I'm finna hit her up and I'm finna get it. Like, yeah, like, because they know that you're that person and you always have good advice. So they do. They're going to keep coming to you. You are that source. You're that person. So they do keep coming to you. And then you get drained and don't nobody try to recharge you or be there for you when you need it. So you do start to become dead inside. You start operating because you don't have nothing. You ain't been recharged. So you working off what? Nothing. That's when them I don't give a fucks come in. You like, I don't even give a fuck about that today. Yeah. And you fuck this job. Fuck them, because you don't have nothing. And you're right, to sure. And I learned that I'm learning that with Derek, the boundaries. And I look into my relationships with family, friends, whatever, where those boundaries were not there. And I can actually say I failed miserably on setting boundaries with family and friends. Oh my God. And I am working on putting those boundaries in place, because, yeah, people don't know their boundaries. Like, you could ask somebody not to do something or to stop doing something, and they keep doing it. Boundaries. Yeah. It's like we insert boundaries of I'm cutting your motherfucking ass off. Sorry. Yes. How can I help you today, DW?
So you said something talking about boundaries,
Mm.
and I know we're going on 2 hours right now, but talking about boundaries,
Who knew
does
that
that?
was
I don't know. It's shit. Does that play into the Walking Dead joint that we're talking about right now?
I think it does. Because you can drain yourself trying to help people and then you don't have nothing left. It's like that empty cup. Like if you ain't got nothing in the cup, what you gonna pour into somebody else? How are you gonna pour into
Right.
somebody else if your cup is empty? And then depending on your situation, when do you get to recharge? How do you recharge and fill that cup back up?
My cup runneth
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, your cup can't run it over if there ain't nothing in it. Ain't no overflow or nothing else. It's a dry cup. So
Say
how
with me
are
now.
you able to how? And I know for me, as me being a single parent, I don't get those mommy-cations and breaks like a lot of people do. You know, because
Say
I'm
with me now.
very cautious. So I
My
don't get
cup.
that recharge. So I'm just saying, my cup be looking like a clean cup. You like, hey, nothing in here. What's going on? And you don't want to steal from nobody else's cup. 'Cause some people don't wash their cups good. Some people don't brush their teeth. So you don't want me going to get somebody else's cup and be trying to pour it in your cup to replenish. You got to get your own damn cup and replenish that yourself. So, yes, by Brownstone to Sure. Yes, 5 miles to empty, baby. Ooh, and the light is on, flashing like this. It's bright. And then it got to the point where you just start getting down to that 1 mile and the light just stay on and it's real bright and you can see it shining in the reflection off the windows. Yes, baby. Then now. You do know you on mute, right? While you over there having a whole sermon, Pastor.
No, I was saying I'm trying to get this chat box out the way so I can see what the hell y'all talking about. I don't like this delayed. I
Oh,
feel like
because Tashura said, remember that song 5 Miles to Empty? That's how it be.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex the Man says some of us have to be teachers' aides. So when you get a case of the F's, you leave and come back later. I don't have, ain't no teachers for me to be a teacher's aide too.
But see, so my question is, because I'm seeing a reoccurring theme. He has that never quit, never surrender, that Captain America thing going on. Like
the Captain Save a Hoe.
I just said Captain America because he and I applaud him for it because he has a mentality of not giving up. So my question to you is, when is it time to cut? When do you know when it's time to cut the sling load on the empty, soulless individuals? Because like even let's think about it. It would like go back to the topic of what we're talking about, Walking Dead. In every zombie movie, there's always people trying to save folks, looking for a cure, looking for something to turn folks back to humanity. But it comes a point in time when the people in the movie come to the realization, like, you can't save everybody. I can't save everybody.
No. Yes, yeah, you have to know that you cannot save everybody.
Yeah, so
you can't fix everything. Everything don't require for you to fix it. Sometimes things are just for you to listen, but you can't fix everything. And that's the what how G.I. Joe say? No, you got to know the battle.
knowing is half the battle.
That's half the battle, is you knowing that you're a fixer, but you also have to know that you cannot fix everything and everybody. You will run yourself crazy and everything trying to fix everything. And I've been there. I've tried to keep that S on my chest and be super for everybody, but guess what? My super ass got tired of the motherfucker. And when I hit rock bottom, guess who did not catch me? All them people I was being super for. Nobody caught my ass. Yeah, I was just out here just super.
So that's the question. That's a question I always say. Like, like I said, we're saying the same thing. However, I think our tolerance level is different. I think that's what it is. Like, when it comes to the conversation that we're having right now, I think our tolerance level is different because listening to everything that he's saying, he's continuously fighting and fighting and fighting, which is wonderful, which is great because we need
True.
people like that.
But did you also see what he put in the comments where he said he's a fixer?
Yeah, I mean that's another conversation. But what I'm saying is, like, we need people like if we're trying to make a change in the entire community, we need people like that. We need people to where we can be like we know the problem. We have the people. Okay, you continue to deal with this person while we move on to the next. But then, like I said, my comment is, when is it time to cut sling load? When is it time to be like, all right, ain't no saving. He's a true zombie. He's not coming back. When is it time to go ahead and Malcolm X said it in an interview when they were talking about everybody want to change, everybody want to do this, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. He said, "Are you willing to make the sacrifice that needs to be made when that time comes?" And what he was talking about is, were you willing to kill your own brother?
Ooh.
If he wasn't not conforming, but if he wasn't coming together in unity, aligning, yeah. And those are questions. These are the hard questions that we have to ask ourselves when we talk about this. Like the whole snitching culture. Like, and that amazes me because to me that's a hindrance in the Black community. Especially when it comes to especially when it comes to shit that's going on in the Black community. Like, I grew up, and I say it all the time, it's not the best analogy, but I grew up in a time where dope boys respected children, especially if you had talent. If you had talent and you could go somewhere, they'd be like, "Nah, young cat, nah, young Thundercat, you go over there and you do your thing. You don't want this life. This life is hard, blah 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 blah." And they listen and go about their business. Nowadays, these motherfuckers don't care. They don't, and it's like, when does that shit change? When do we try to get that to change? Like, it doesn't make sense. And sometimes we have to be like, "You're dead to me." We have to be like, "You're dead to me." I can't, and it's like, I got family members like that. Like, I can't fuck with you like that. I said, I can't. I can't fuck with you like that.
Yeah, you're right. Well, for me to answer your question, as I said, my cutoff is when you require more time and energy than my son or my daughter, which, she's 24, so she's doing her thing. But for the person that's dependent on me, when you require more attention than he does, I'm gonna have to, that's the deal breaker. That's the stop sign and all that for me. And for anybody, if you know what my plate is like with dealing with therapists, doctors, whatever, all that, if you take more time than that I put into my son, and you require more time than that is the cutoff for me.
So that's where I'm looking at, and it's crazy because it seems like, from what I'm seeing and experiencing and everything, we all want the same things, but we just want it. The way we want to get there is different, and that's what's causing a lot of rift.
Yeah, and I can see that. Like I said, everybody has their own way of thinking, thought process, but the end game is, end game is usually the same. It's just, okay, well, I think this will work better. I think this will work better. And somewhere somebody didn't try both of them ways that we thought would work better, and they didn't work because we still in the same shit. So, yeah. And that's just what it is. So, I guess we can go on and get ready to close out now that Tashira done started mess and Alex then tried to ruffle my feathers and stuff like that. His birthday present gonna be a box of coal early. Huh?
When's his birthday?
His is November 4th.
Oh, nah, he ain't no Libra.
Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah, because I can't do them. I can't. Oh, Lord, them will make you set your own house on fire. I can't do them. But
Man,
he's Scorpio, so
we the best sign out there. Don't front. We the best sign out there.
Yeah, and I was trying to say something, but somebody might be sensitive, so I'm not going to say what
we the best sign out there.
Say, because I don't want to trigger nobody.
Uh-oh.
I don't, because what I was going to say probably may have been triggering for somebody, so I'm going to hold that.
Uh-oh.
But don't nobody want them problems, though.
No, okay.
It was a Libra in my life, and pain in the ass. Whew. Not the good pain in the ass, but pain in the ass.
What pain in the ass is good? I'm
exactly.
curious.
That's my point.
I'm curious. You said not the good pain in your ass, so like what?
Ooh, Lord, do they? Tashira say Libras love her. You can have that. Them, baby, them right there make you psychotic. You need all the medicine with a Libra. You need to be on every medication for mental health, stress, depression. Yeah, that Libras equal mental health issue. You know how they say you done came a mighty long way and don't let nothing take you steps back. A Libra will take you many steps back.
All right, what you not finna do is sit here and just dog Libra.
That old person that you didn't.
I'm not sitting here.
That you didn't
like
bury.
I'm not sitting here. So what we finna
cement over that Libra would have you go dig that old you up with the seat.
What we finna do is,
and you be walking around like Weekend at Bernie's.
What we finna do is what we finna do is go ahead and do these closeouts.
Tashira, he is an October Libra, October 10th.
Again, what we finna do.
Oh. Scorpio? Scorpio probably was the first time I think I wanted to come. Hey, back up off them Aquarius now. Hey, you must be talking about January Aquarius. February Aquarius is amazing. It's the
what the fuck? What's the difference? It's still Aquarius.
No.
It's still
There's a difference when you have them breaks of like the what is that, the whatever Libra and y'all cut off. It's a difference between that February, that month before and that month that there is a difference. Baby, there's a difference. Usually one is more intensified than the other. So you got that level 10 January Aquarius, that February Aquarius might be a level 1, but usually the month before is more amplified than the month after. Yeah. So I'm just ooh, yeah, Capricorn. Shout out to Honey, because she a Capricorn, she be in denial, and oh Lord, she make me drink a lot. If I was an alcoholic, Honey would make me drink a lot. I just have to say it a lot. Ooh, and she say she's speaking of the men and not the women. So there you go on that note. And that Scorpio, I think the Scorpio was the first time I wanted to push somebody off a balcony and never look back. Now you look at somebody and they sleep and be like, oh, if I just suffocated you with a pillow. That's how Scorpio was making me feel. Gave me bad thoughts. Bad thoughts. I'm just saying. That was a long time ago. I've been redeemed. Cause to sure say why your head leaning.
Cause y'all own one. Y'all crazy. Something wrong with you.
We're just
Y'all need Jesus.
speaking facts. Cause you know
Y'all need Jesus.
I'm just saying. So, okay, well, I'm sure. Do you really have an outro for tonight?
Nah, well, yeah, kind of sort of.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
Nah, I was just gonna. What I was gonna say. Just like we all, like I said earlier, we all on the same team. But sometimes you got to cut the weak links. You got to cut some of them players that's gonna
Trim it
hurt the
out.
team.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's all business. If we're gonna progress, we're gonna have to make the sacrifices that we're gonna have to make. We're gonna have to make the hard calls that we're gonna have to make. We're gonna have to do the things that nobody else wanna do. And
Yeah.
but it's not just for us, it's for the betterment. It's not just for us individually, it's for betterment for the entire culture. And until we do that, we're gonna continue to spin our wheels, continue to be the I ain't gonna say laughing stock, but be shown in a negative light. Yep. And that's what I have.
Okay. So, as we are having this discussion, I will like to go on and throw it out there and tell my daddy, my papa, Kenneth Wayne McIntyre, Bishop Kenneth Wayne McIntyre, a happy birthday. My dad's birthday is October 26th. I ain't gonna tell you how old he is, but I'm blessed and I'm thankful that he is still on this earth with me because I am very much every bit of a daddy's girl. I love my daddy. That's my dog. He raising my blood pressure lately, but that's my dog, and I love him to pieces though. So, happy birthday, pops. Um, Also, as you said, there are many reasons why we're walking around dead on the inside. A lot of us, actually, which we didn't even cover, have child trauma that got us walking around dead inside because we ain't healed from it. And there's an episode on healing child trauma. Y'all check that out. Go back and look on YouTube or on the page. But a lot of us are walking dead for many reasons. But just remember, if you're walking dead, you're raising the walking dead too, because your children are going to be walking dead as well. That's what you're pouring into their cup. So, definitely work on healing. Healing is big. Sometimes healing be making me want to be alcoholic because I be like, ooh, oh, geez. Whew. Shout out to Derek and Felicia because they be having me uncomfortable. I be like, ooh, Lord, Jesus. And, or Tashira know that too because we be triggered in a mug and going through the motions when we're dealing with Derek, but he be shooting some real stuff and it makes you reevaluate yourself big time. And we will be having Derek back home, definitely. It's a lot of lessons to be had around here, a lot of growth and a lot of healing that need to be done. And you just got to be honest with yourself. Real talk on what it is. So, thank y'all for tuning in, for talking to us.
Right on.
2 man in tonight, but we make it happen, Captain, and roll with it. So yeah. Also, because we do want to get back to the number 4. We had 4 riding with us. So we want to get back to that. Plus, DW be feeling like he's outnumbered. So if
y'all be trying to come for me, so I be like, man, and then y'all be like, oh, that's just your point of view. Okay, so get another one. Get somebody else, player.
Yeah, so we are looking for somebody else to join this wonderful comedy team of knowledge that we have. If you're interested, inbox me. I have like 2 different pages on Facebook if you blessed to know them. The second one is my stress-free account because some of y'all get on my Yeah, so I got a different crowd on my other page because some of y'all just, I'm about to cut the umbilical cord for real on that page. I was just moving some of my stuff over. Some of y'all stress me, and some of y'all I just don't like no more. Just to be honest, y'all get on my goddamn nerves. I'm gonna be for real. Like some people on that other page is on there for common courtesy. The rest of y'all get on my motherfucking nerves. Stress. I'm on the healing and peace. Y'all don't provide peace. I'm just saying. So, DW, Tashura said good night. And yes, Tashura, you do need to link up. Yes.
You said what?
Tashura said good night.
Good night.
Yes.
I told you I got that chat joint in my damn what's the name, so I don't know, man.
You can fix your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to work on that. But remember, I was having that issue last week where something popped up and I couldn't. So it tag you it. That's all I'm saying. So thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for riding with us as well. Again, like I said, if y'all are interested in joining this fab team, inbox me. You can also do messages on the TK Chronicles of a Black Sheep. Yeah, so we got email. We're on Instagram, TikTok, so y'all can hit me any kind of way, whatever. Or either drop comments in here and I can reach out to y'all, whatever. But definitely hit us up. I'm being pretty freaking honest with you. I do not know what next week topic is gonna be. We gonna figure it out like we did tonight.
We gonna wing it.
Hour before we gonna wing it and come up with something, even though I have a couple of thoughts in my head. But we gonna come together like Black people need to.
Wow.
With a topic for next week. I know what November 6th is. Which November 6th, y'all got to check it out. It's we do that what we call it. We like to have those tough conversations, and
yes,
that us Black folks don't like to have. And that one, I'm so excited about that topic. We will be having a black speech language pathologist on with us.
What is that?
Tune in and find out, because it's gonna be good. It's gonna give you some knowledge. Hell, I deal with speech language pathologists, and I still learn some stuff. So it's going to be great. You know how we got that stigma on stuff with us Black folks when it comes to our kids, on getting them the assistance that they need, baby. I hope we open some eyes for you and some ears on that episode so we can help our babies. Our babies are our future. Our babies are our responsibility. So that will be November 6th. So I'm really excited about that episode. But again, I don't know what Saturday will be. We'll post the flyers on the pages and go from there. So we thank y'all as always for rocking with us. This Black Sheep greatly appreciates. And the Hulk over there, because he ain't a sheep. That's Black Hulk over there. So on that note, we are out. We love y'all and appreciate y'all always.
Peace.
Appointed or chosen for this here time. I don't want what you got, I only want what's mine. This right here is for you that crossed the line. All up in the club screaming, dip, she mighty fine. Walking up to me, trying to cop a feel. Whisper in my ear, talking about your $1 million. Nah, that's cap, you got 1 million baby mamas. And Jazzy walked away cause she ain't even about the drama. Don't ever